8 days of tantrum, Pakistan has finally made a U-turn. Wasn't that expected?
Well, I'm so glad, Rahesha, that on Prime 5 only we had told our viewers on 1st of February itself that there will be a U-turn from Pakistan after orchestrating this entire drama of boycotting the match against India on February 15th. And I'm so glad that we are proven right.
Absolutely. We'll be decoding that with our experts. But first, a quick check on the headlines. Opposition submits no confidence motion notice against Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, stepping up its confrontation with the chair. Say he's not allowing opposition to speak. Clearest videos of Cong women MPs ruckus inside Lok Sabha on camera. Congress MPs gherao PM seat, hold placards. Ministers seen pleading with Congress MPs. Ruckus on February 4th ahead of Prime Minister Modi's Lok Sabha speech. Youth showdown over ex-army chief's book. Congress slams Delhi police's FIR, says the general tweeted about his book in 2023. Rahul hits out at Penguin, says either publisher is lying or General Naravani is. Two days on, still no action in the Lamborghini hit-and-run case. What are the UP police doing? Tycoon says his son was not behind the wheels, claims he was admitted in a hospital in Delhi. And the Pakistan-India match is finally on, with Pakistan finally agreeing to play India. ICC turns down Pakistan's 3 key demands amid T20 World Cup boycott U-turn negotiation.
Well, that's the big story that we're tracking this evening. The India versus Pakistan T20 World Cup 2026 match in Colombo on February 15th is very much on, as Pakistan's boycott call has once again fallen flat.
Absolutely, Preeti. The Pakistan Cricket Board has relented days after its government decided to boycott the February 15th Group A match in support with Bangladesh, who were removed from the tournament for refusing to travel to India for their matches.
Well, that's right. In fact, the Pakistan government confirmed that the team will take the field against India to protect, quote-unquote, the spirit of the game and the commitment to those affected by non-participation. The decision, in fact, comes after various external parties and factors put Pakistan on the back foot.
Absolutely, ICC sanctions and penalties were a major possibility, while Sri Lanka and UAE's cricket boards wrote to Pakistan asking them to reconsider their decision.
Meanwhile, the ICC acknowledged the efforts of all parties involved in resolving this crisis.
We'll be decoding that and a lot more on the show today, the Pakistan's U-turn. But before we move to our experts, listen to the reactions that have been coming in on this.
बॉल पे खुद ही बोल्ड हो गए हैं, क्योंकि इन्होंने बड़ा समर्थन दिखाया था कि जी हम नहीं खेलेंगे अगर बांग्लादेश को इंक्लूड नहीं किया जा सकता। अब वो तो इंक्लूड नहीं हुए, तो अब तो मुंह की खानी पड़ी है ना। यू टर्न हो गया कि नहीं, या हम खेलेंगे नहीं, हफ्ते बाद कह रहे हो हम खेल रहे हैं। तो आपका कहीं ना तो कोई वजूद है, कहीं खड़े नहीं होते और आप कोशिश कर रहे हो कि आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया या इंडिया या फिर इंग्लैंड की रीस कर लो, तो वो तो हो नहीं सकता है। तो मैं तो यही कहूँगा कि पहले भी मैं उनको कहा था कि जो उन्होंने कहा था उस पर अड़िंग रहिए। अगर आपको लगता है कि मैच नहीं होना चाहिए, मत खेलिए हमारे साथ।
सर, फाइनली ये सारा सुलझ गया, पाकिस्तान भी खेल रहा है, अब आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
मेरा कहना है कि बहुत अच्छा डिसीजन हुआ, आईसीसी का बहुत अच्छा एफर्ट रहा है, जिसकी वजह से जो है ऐसा हल निकला जिसमें सारे लोग सहमत हैं। बांग्लादेश, पाकिस्तान, आईसीसी सब सहमत है। हमने डे वन से कहा था बीसीसीआई की तरफ से कि जो आईसीसी निर्णय लेगा हम उस निर्णय को मानेंगे।
लेकिन इसमें घाटा तो बांग्लादेश का हो गया ना?
नहीं, बांग्लादेश कोई घाटा नहीं हुआ। बांग्लादेश को हम आईसीसी का एक जो है अलग से एक एडिशनल टूर्नामेंट दे रहे हैं और उसके अलावा उन पर कोई पेनल्टी इम्पोज नहीं होगी, तो सारी चीज़ें हमने की।
लेकिन पाकिस्तान और क्रिकेट बोर्ड और बांग्लादेश क्रिकेट बोर्ड को तो आपने एक साथ कर दिया।
नहीं, एक साथ कोई नहीं किया। इसमें तो पूरी आईसीसी के तो सब मेंबर हैं ना, कोई एक साथ नहीं किया। हमने भी उनके साथ जो है अच्छा बर्ताव किया। बांग्लादेश ने आईसीसी का धन्यवाद भी किया। तो आईसीसी चेयरमैन और आईसीसी में सबके फंड से जो है बहुत अच्छा हुआ है।
आने वाले दिनों में क्या आपको लगता है कि पाकिस्तान के साथ और भी कुछ कभी खेलेंगे या नहीं खेलेंगे? जो 3 प्रपोजल रखे थे, बायलैटरल खेल लो,
नहीं, उसमें कोई निर्णय नहीं हुआ, इसमें कोई निर्णय नहीं हुआ। लेकिन ये है कि हम अभी जो एक मौके पे हमारा विश्व कप का टूर्नामेंट सक्सेसफुल होगा, क्योंकि अब सब उसमें खेल रहे हैं।
अच्छा होगा, बड़ा मैच है वर्ल्ड कप का, टीवी के लिए भी बड़ा मैच है। 15 तारीख को मैच है, तो देखेंगे। इंडिया को हराना आसान नहीं होगा। इंडिया बहुत अच्छा टीम है।
Well, we always knew that it's just a matter of time that Pakistan announces this U-turn, but finally they caved in after 8 days of intense pressure. Let's tell our viewers, Resha, what really brought about this U-turn from Pakistan, the inside story as we know, how it all began. Pakistan began with a hard political line, so much so that even their Prime Minister came out and committed to everyone that Pakistan will not play against India. Now, that was a big statement from Pakistan when they declared that they will not play against India on February 15th. And they also framed it as solidarity with Bangladesh, because according to them, Bangladesh was wrongly taken out of this World Cup. Now comes the ICC's financial stick. This is where the pressure started mounting on Pakistan when ICC reminded them that the boycott will lead to penalties, and heavy penalties at that, because they cannot do selective participation. They also warned Pakistan of taking disciplinary action against the PCB, and then reports started emerging hinting that Pakistan U-turn is going to come in and they would have saved 1,470 crore rupees in terms of, the losses that could have been incurred.
Which I think is the major reason why Pakistan actually took this U-turn after 8 days of all the tantrums we've been reporting here.
Well, that's right. And of course, the revenue part of it was very important. The financial part was very important. And then there was pressure from countries like Sri Lanka. They played the emotional card. They reminded Pakistan that in 2009, when the Lankan team bus was attacked in Lahore, it was the Sri Lankan team that stood with Pakistan and did not boycott that particular series. And that was a big emotional card that Sri Lanka played. Sri Lanka also told them that Pakistan had to revive the game that time because Sri Lanka stood with them, and they warned that cancelling this match against India would lead to major financial losses to the host country, which is of course Sri Lanka, and Colombo is the place where this match is taking place. Now, Pakistan's email to Sri Lanka is what we know of. They had to reply to the friendly board. Pakistan replies to Sri Lanka speaking of invoking force majeure. This is where their bluff was really called off, because in this particular clause of the ICC rules, they were stuck. They are, these parties cannot be freed from liability. It was not a natural calamity citing which Pakistan was trying to get out of the situation. Right. And that's where, Resha, we saw ICC stepping in and asking PCB how it does not fall under force majeure and how they will have to really rescue themselves, and this bluff will not be accepted.
We saw the pressure which the ICC built, and also in the last few days how Pakistan was just left in isolation from Bangladesh, from UAE and from all its friendly countries.
That's right, and that's where the PCB was told that the boycott will lead to sanctions and fines which they are not capable of handling. PCB agrees to come to the negotiating table. That's where we saw the representatives from ICC, PCB and BCB coming together in Lahore. So that is where the negotiation started. These were the emergency talks that took place, and all the three parties came together. The ICC also, I have to admit here, Raisha, had to soften their stand on Bangladesh a bit. And I think this is where the PCB is claiming a tiny bit of victory in terms of bringing ICC to the negotiation table. They have allowed Bangladesh to avoid the penalty that would have been imposed on them as a result of, not participating in the T20 World Cup. And the face-saving measure allows Pakistan a bit of a reversal, really. It was a moment where they had to redeem themselves, and this perhaps is a bit of an opportunity for them.
But Bangladesh actually emerges as the biggest loser, if I may, in this whole fiasco.
And that's right. That will stay for a while, even if they are considering that they have not been asked to pay any penalty and they will be hosting a ICC tournament in future. That really is nothing. Apart from that, when we talk about the inside story, there was also pressure from the Emirates Cricket Board that added moral pressure on Pakistan, because Emirates Cricket Board and PCB are considered to be very close, and it highlights how a boycott would really hurt the associate nation. So this all came together. There was, pressure from Emirates Cricket Board, Sri Lanka Cricket Board, even the Bangladesh Cricket Board. Last minute, they told them, please go ahead and play this match against India.
Yeah, all the tantrums that we've been seeing in the past 8 days. Preeti, let's also tell the viewers about the possible reasons for this U-turn. What do you think?
Well, of course, there were many reasons, and like we've been summarizing so far, the reason number one is the huge financial penalties and sanctions that were staring PCB in the face if they had gone ahead with this boycott. Second reason is, of course, the risk of potential suspension from the T20 World Cup itself, in which the team is already participating. But if they had continued with their selective participation in this World Cup, they had they were running the potential of being suspended altogether. Third reason that we know is the loss of broadcast rights. The revenue of that was going up to 250 crore rupees, and the broadcasters would have asked for this money from PCB. They obviously don't have this money. So this was something that was playing at the top of their head. Another reason is the loss of hosting rights for future ICC events. Now, I should tell you, Rahesha, anyway, PCB does not have a lot of ICC tournaments in future. Whatever little they have, they were running the risk of losing the hosting rights for those ICC tournaments as well. And of course, reason number 5 is the legal risks, threat to international credibility. Even now, there's not much of credibility which is associated with PCB. I'm sitting on this side, but I'm not siding with them. And another reason is the pressure from external stakeholders, like we just mentioned, cricket boards like the Emirates Cricket Board, Sri Lanka Cricket Board, etc.
Right, Preeti. Let's go across to our guests. We have with us Bure Majumdar, consulting editor, Sports NDTV. We also have with us Vedam Jaishankar, sports journalist and author. And we also have with us Major Nadeem. He is a Pakistan defense expert and, of course, our sports editor, Rika Roy. Thank you for joining us on Prime 5. I want to first come to you, Major Nadeem. What made your country take this U-turn after 8 days of all the drama that we've been seeing?
See, in your last program, I think weeks before, I talked about you asked me about the U-turn, if Pakistani could take a U-turn. So I said, yes, we will take a U-turn if the Bangladesh is compensated. Our decision was on principles, right? And it is not based on the revenue and the money and the suspension. We don't care. Once the decision is on principle, then there is no way back. Moreover, I told you, okay, we have taken the U-turn because you have compensated. The ICC came in, ICC RAB, the deputy chief came to Pakistan.
Where is the self-respect? You stick to principles only till the time pressure starts mounting. Once again, proven
we honor our
on
friends.
record, your prime minister came and he said that Pakistan will not play against India. Now, where are the principles? Did you not know that all these factors will come into play the day the boycott was announced by Pakistan? The minute pressure started mounting, you ditched your principles.
The Bangladesh, the ICC agreed to compensate the Bangladesh, right, up to 75%, like they will get the additional ICC tournament. They will be hosting the World Cup, right, with India. And they will not be asked for any penalty, right, any sporting penalty or administrative.
What did Pakistan gain from the situation?
So,
give me one.
Moreover, Pakistan always stands, right, for their brothers, right, as a Bangladesh. Okay, it was basically the double standard of the ICC. Okay. They can take the India to a neutral side, but they fail, but they disagree that they don't want to give the neutral side to Bangladesh. Moreover, we honor our friends, right? Our so many friends and the associate member of this ICC came to Pakistan. The deputy chief of ICC came to Pakistan and requested Pakistani government, right? You have just heard the
you knew that Sri Lanka will do that. Sri Lanka is the country that was going to suffer the most in terms of the revenue losses, the hospitality business, the tourism business.
But we honor our friends.
Our friend requested and you were happy to sideline them because you wanted to gain some brownie points with Pakistan ahead of with Bangladesh ahead of their elections. I'm sorry, your solidarity with Bangladesh is definitely questionable, but you did not even stand solid with your own prime minister. I want to go across to Vedam Jaishankar quickly on this. Mr. Jaishankar, what is the reading of this situation? They could not even save the face of their own prime minister.
You hit the nail on the head when you said, where's your self-respect? When you asked him. Absolutely, it is true. Because, look, this Naqvi character who is the PCB chairman, he's also their interior minister. which apparently means that he is the second powerful most man in their political setup. Now, what happens is Pakistan gets $35 million out of the ICC corpus. So that means that money would be gone. Second thing is, somebody did the maths and found out that how many crores, 300 crores or something, was the amount of money that the loss would be from this particular game.
Yes.
Pakistan had to make good that money also. If supposing they had paid that money and the revenue they get from ICC is actually more than 50% of the revenue that Pakistan runs their cricket with. Pakistan thought that there will only be a deduction of 2 points. They didn't understand what was happening. But it was more than 2 points. They had to shell out all these. And whatever Mr. Nadeem is saying about Bangladesh being compensated and all, where has it come out except in Pakistani media? It's not come out through ICC. And the question of ICC going to Pakistan, ICC has always gone to any of the problematic centers. In fact, they went to Bangladesh when Bangladesh said that matches have to be in Sri Lanka, because ICC wants to diffuse the situation at the source itself, which is why they went to Bangladesh. And now they went to Pakistan. It's not that they came crawling to Pakistan. He's got all the setup wrong. Somebody has spread him all the wrong news. And that's what he's coming here and vomiting without understanding what is happening.
Right.
Pakistan cricket would have been finished if they had boycotted, because they would have lost a lot more than money.
You can't.
Right. Let's also get our sports editor Rika to this conversation.
Same type of ambitions.
We'll give you time to speak, Major Nadeem. Let's also get Rika into this conversation. Rika, I can only think of two reasons: penalties and Preeti, isolation that made Pakistan take this U-turn. But Rika, talk to us about the fate of the Pakistani players, right? Because a lot is riding on their shoulders before they head for that match against one of the best teams in the world, Team India.
Well, they almost lost the first match against Netherlands. They play another match against USA before taking on India. So perhaps that match against USA is where they will try and build their confidence. They don't look very high on confidence. Already we hear that there is factionalism within the Pakistan cricket team. They have famously been called the unquiet ones of world cricket. And once again, we hear about factions in the team, Salman Ali Agha and Babar Azam, heading to factions. So we really have to see how Pakistan is able to garner their forces and play as a united team against India. On one hand, it's a fractured Pakistan team playing in this context of, of all the controversies and the political climate in the subcontinent. And on the other hand, it is the team of invincibles, the team of Surya Kumar Yadav. At the moment, I am standing at the Firozshah Kotla Stadium and I can hear the sound of the siren that the Indian cricket team is already here. Minutes from now, a member of the Indian cricket team will be addressing. And of course, one of the questions that will be posed to them is, at the moment, what is their state of mind when they know that the cloud has lifted and they will indeed be taking on Pakistan on the 15th of February?
Rika, just for a moment, staying with this, this drama that Pakistan orchestrated of boycotting the match against India, one good point was raised by Vedam Jaishankar just a short while ago when he said that ICC has not come out and announced any sort of concessions to Bangladesh Cricket Board. Do we have any official word from them?
Yeah, they sent a press release yesterday. ICC did say that Bangladesh will be given a tournament, an ICC tournament in 2028, which is the 2028 Under-19 World Cup. The press release also said that there will be no penalties or sanctions put on Bangladesh. These two were the demands put in front of the ICC during the negotiations in Lahore on Sunday. Preeti, what we are also getting to hear is that ICC did tell Pakistan Cricket Board at the end of this World Cup. So clearly a timeline has been laid out for the SOPs to Pakistan cricket, but we still don't know what are those things that ICC is
But
promising.
clearly, true to their nature, Pakistan have used this as an opportunity to extract the maximum out of ICC. They knew that this this is their best bet to get that attention, and they utilize this opportunity. Is what we can make of. Let's also quickly go across to Boria Majumdar. Boria, you were the first journalist really who broke this story and who committed here on NDTV that, ultimately Pakistan will make this U-turn. It has come after 8 days. What, according to you, were some of the big reasons that they had to make this, and what does this mean for Pakistan's international credibility?
The reasons that led to the U-turn are quite obvious now. I mean, Pakistan kind of found it surrounded by or ring-fenced by people who were all aggrieved. Pakistan wanted to show solidarity with Bangladesh, and in fact, the Prime Minister said that sports and politics should not mix, which is the biggest lie of all. Siyasat mix nahi hona chahiye, sports and politics. I mean, dekhiye iske baad kya ho raha hai. But Pakistan said solidarity with Bangladesh, and by withdrawing, the biggest loser would have been Bangladesh because they would have lost the maximum amount of money.
Right.
Secondly, Sri Lanka said to Pakistan during terrorist attacks in your country, we supported you. What about now? So that the interest of the Sri Lankan board was put forward. The Emirates Cricket Board said the same. They put forward their own interest, saying, hello, we've supported you at a time of crisis. What about now? So Pakistan all of a sudden found itself surrounded. Plus, there was enormous pressure from the associate member countries saying, our income depends on this money. We have protected you. You're a member board. Now you do your job. So Pakistan had no other alternative. The alternative was gone.
Right.
The posturing could not kind of give them the kind of leverage they would have asked for. So they had no alternative but to do the U-turn. What they needed to do, that they were after a face saver so that they can tell the world that, oh, you know what, we won this battle, we won this negotiation, we won this diplomatic dialogue. Naqvi can go and posture in front of his own country. That was the only thing, the face saver. Otherwise, Pakistan had no wiggle room left.
Right. And Preeti, that was what we were discussing. Bangladesh has now emerged as the biggest loser. If I can come to you, Mr. Jaishankar, the statement given out by the PCB yesterday that we broke on NDTV was that we're doing this for the sportsmanship. But where was this sportsmanship when they announced the boycott, that they will not be playing against India?
There was no sportsmanship at all right from the beginning, because Pakistan must have seen Abhishek Sharma and Ishan Kishan batting, and they would have decided, in any case, we're going to lose. Best is to, make a more high drama out of it. And what will we lose? We'll lose just 2 points. Anyway, we would have lost 2 points. We might as well take these 2 points penalty and keep moving. But what they didn't realize is there was a whole lot of other things which would be attached to it. And in the 11th hour, the way they are pulled out, it was 100%. Now the question of whether Bangladesh asked them or Sri Lanka asked them, now, Pakistan must have gone and begged them. They would have told them, please do this for us. Give us a chance to get out of this. We've got ourselves into a hole, and only if you say these things, then we can dig ourselves out of this hole. And that's the whole thing that would have happened. Because if ICC had succumbed to Pakistan's blackmail or ransom, it would have set the template for future negotiations with ICC. This would have always happened. But ICC stood firm and said nothing doing. And now Pakistan obviously needed a face saver. And their face saver was this. They're now talking that, because of Bangladesh, because of Sri Lanka, because of Emirates, because of etc., etc., etc. All these things
in fact, they were hoping to get all the other Asian cricket boards also with them. But that didn't happen. That didn't come about. But Major Nadeem, give us some inside story, sir. You seem to know a lot about Pakistan Cricket Board and how they work. I want to know from you that when Mohsin Naqvi told Shahbaz Sharif that now we'll have to play against India, was there any reaction from your Prime Minister?
He just asked his decision about this, whether to play with India or not to play with India. As I told you, our demands are met. ICC Deputy Chief himself came to Pakistan, not Pakistan went to the head office, right? He came to Pakistan and he requested us.
You could have denied them entry.
Sri Lankan
you were not interested in talks.
Just like Sri Lankan president, just like UAE, the associate member, and the other.
And when everything was going to take place at the cricket board level, why was the Prime Minister involved in the first place?
The decision is in the broader interest of the global cricket, right? As your ticker expressed, right? Moreover, you should be thankful to us that we have saved your 1,500 crore rupees as well. We don't care about the money.
Our 1,500 crore rupees.
Yes.
Pakistan's economy is in doldrums, which I think he's not being able to understand.
Nadeem, do you have 1,500 crore rupees?
we don't care about the money because our economy is not documented. You come and you see the clips of Pakistan.
The economy
Karachi,
which is not
Lahore,
documented is
Islamabad,
claiming that they don't
and
need that
compare
money.
those clips with Indian Delhi, right? And whenever you took off in an aeroplane from the Bombay airport, see the slum areas there, right?
Sir,
and
where are you
compare it
going?
with Pakistan.
Major Nadeem,
Oh, we
please
don't
come back
care about the
to this
money.
discussion.
We
Let
don't
me tell
care
you what
about
one of your
India.
cricket legends, Wasim Akram, has
You
said.
have stopped us
Wasim Akram has said
by
that
saying
Babar
Jai
Azam's entire
Shankar.
net worth is not equal to the one wristwatch that Hardik Pandya wears. Okay, so let's not play the money card. We
Jai
know
Shankar is
we
there.
know
You
who
could
has the
stop
money.
it.
We know who is in desperate need of the money. My simple question when I started was,
I've been in Pakistan
when I
for 2
started was,
months.
where
I
is the
know exactly.
self-respect?
They don't even make
Someone like Nasir Hussain stood with you all. He said that he's very proud of
It's
Pakistan
not a
taking a
matter of
stand.
self-respect.
Today he is hiding his
It
face,
was
not
a
coming out in public and
decision.
say
I told
saying
you
anything.
it was a decision against the double standard of ICC. When ICC took a U-turn and said, okay, we are sorry, we will compensate Bangladesh, we are ready to accept your demands.
Okay, Major Nadeem, I just have a question for us. What did you gain out of this?
And our friends requested the Sri Lankan president himself called to my prime minister. We said we honor your decision and we will come and inshallah we will defeat India also in that match.
All right. But Major Nadeem, what did your country gain out of all these tantrums, out of all these boomerang, which has absolutely fallen flat?
What they gained? I'll quickly add, sir. More masala for you to daydream. Keep on dreaming.
Yes, it is not in terms of materialistic gains, right? I told you it's a matter of principle. The integrity, the sovereignty, and the brotherhoodship with the Bangladesh and with the other associate members in the ICC. And we don't care about the suspensions and penalties. You can't even do about these suspension or penalties, right? You know it. Okay, you can't do. Had you been doing this, you would have said to your Jai Shankar, Jai Shah, please don't send your rap to Pakistan. You could have stopped him.
All right.
But you knew.
All right, Major Nadeem,
Yes,
let's also seek the perspective of our other guests here on the show. Boria, let's get you into this conversation. Do you think that there has been some extra pressure put on the Pakistani players now that the match has taken a different kind of significance? And we had Major Nadeem clearly there saying that Pakistan can defeat India.
You know, Pakistan players will be under enormous pressure. Firstly, think about it. Their country said we will boycott this. So the players could not get into the mindset. They traveled to Colombo. Now 3 days or 4 days ahead of a match, and they're psychologically anyway kind of under pressure against India because they've lost almost everything. Asia Cup, they lost 3 out of 3. It's about 8-0 or 9-0, whatever Surya Kumar Yadav had said. This rivalry has been reduced to a very one-sided affair. Pakistan doesn't really win against India in World Cups. India is a better side. So everything is stacked against Pakistan on the field. Now off the field, because of all these shenanigans, because of all these political dramas that we've seen, the intrigue around this match, and now the pressure, Prime Minister, the Interior Affairs Minister, invocation of the Field Marshal, all of these things will absolutely put further pressure on the Pakistan players. How they deal with it, or do they collapse under this pressure against India, is something we've got to wait and see.
Absolutely. And Rika, I want to come in here and take a question with you. Major Nadeem, who's present on the show, has used all the words available in his vocabulary when he talks about sovereignty, integrity, solidarity. What about the irregularity on part of the PCB? At least stand up for what you said to the world. At least, come out with a statement that makes sense. Rika?
Well, this inconsistency of PCB is going to hurt them now and into the future. Look, I feel that PCB was confused themselves. On one hand, they did not want to play, India in Colombo. On the other hand, they were asking for bilateral. So what do they want? Perhaps they themselves don't know what they're asking for. And look, this inconsistency, this, holding a tournament to ransom is going to hurt them. It is going to hurt the ICC, because next time, during the next rights cycle, when the rights are being, talked about, when the broadcasters factors come into play, they will bring up this matter. They will talk about how, one team had held the tournament to ransom. And, by saving this match, I can tell you that they have saved millions and millions of dollars, not just of their own, but of the ICC and of the world cricket. And remember, Preeti, the other teams, the other members who were there negotiating with Pakistan Cricket Board on that very day in Lahore also told them, if you don't play, if this match doesn't happen, then we will be impacted as well. So that's a food for thought for you, and we are leaving that on the table.
Right, absolutely. And Preeti, because at the end of the day, money matters. And that's exactly what Pakistan has proven. Getting into the conversation, Mr. Jaishankar, talk to us about the lies which now the PCB will try to peddle, the face saving. What will they tell to the citizens of Pakistan?
But I think the citizens of Pakistan are used to being lied to, because they're constantly being lied to about a whole lot of other things also. So there's one more lie. I don't think they trust the government at all, to start with. Another thing is, what does PCB bring to the table? It has no money. It has no sponsors. Its viewership is negligible when you compare it with somebody like India. It's not even a good team. It's not even in the top 5 team. I think it's some 7th or 8th. And it brings nothing. They're just living in a fool's paradise. And, I think it's time for them to wake up and smell the coffee. I mean, they are just an ordinary team, a small team. And they think that, they can push somebody like India. What they don't realize is, even that friendly match which India played against South Africa just before the start of this tournament as a warm-up, that attracted 43,000 people. So that's the kind of attraction that the Indian cricket team draws. So Pakistan, if it were wanted to boycott, it should have boycotted well in advance, and a whole lot of other things could have been done. But pulling out like this in the last minute is stupid. And for them to say they did it because of Sri Lanka or Bangladesh, are you trying to tell me they didn't think about this earlier? Yeah. They knew all along all this problem was there. They only wanted a face saving, how to get back. Because the money would have hit them so hard.
That's why I say the statement issued by PCB doesn't hold water, because, it's very convenient of them to remind us about sportsmanship and the good of international cricket. But we all know what the game plan was. Quickly, Boria, if I can take one more question with you.
Also, don't forget.
Don't talk about the sportsman.
Man of the match.
Yeah. India who started this.
Right. Major Nadeem, who started this on 1st of February. I will remind you about that. I have to take one quick question with Boria Majumdar also. Boria, after all that has been done now, we know for sure that Pakistan will play against India, but who has emerged as the biggest loser in this crisis?
In this whole crisis, the biggest loser, I have to tell you, is Bangladesh. Because Pakistan got away. Pakistan, had they boycotted, they would have had commercial implications, legal implications, and 1,000 other things falling on them. But now, they've got no problems. They're playing the World Cup. They are in Colombo. They're playing the US game tonight. They are going to play the India game. Whether they lose or win, they are assured of a certain participation money. They are assured of all of that. Think about it. What did Bangladesh get? Bangladesh got one ICC tournament. The ICC would not penalize was known. ICC would not ask for compensation because they got Scotland in. So they would not penalize. That was known. Second, Bangladesh has just got one tournament between 28 and 31. Now, for that tournament, you've traded non-participation. The players qualified. You've taken the rights away from the players of participating in a World Cup. What about the fans? The fans who had booked travel, booked holidays, booked everything, you've taken that away from them. So this political posturing of making this into a war against the ICC and trying to fight the entire cricket world, this whole thing that, country first or cricket first, the false narrative that Bangladesh decided to spin has impacted them the most. For me, the biggest loser in this whole thing is Bangladesh cricket.
Well, we know, Boria, that, posturing is temporary, but pressure, especially financial pressure, is permanent. And that's what Pakistan faced. But for the moment, that's all the time we had. Thank you very much, Vedim Jaishankar, Major Nadeem, Rika, and Boria for joining us on this broadcast. Of course, this story, I have to tell you, Resha, is just about unfolding now. There will be more drama from Pakistan as we lead up to that big clash between the two countries.
Absolutely. 8 days of tantrum boomerang has fallen completely flat. And India and Pakistan will be playing in Colombo at the T20 World Cup. But right now, slipping into a very short break.
मेड इन इंडिया क्यों नहीं? हमारे पास क्या है? mustard oil. It is our flagship oil.
और हमें गर्व है कि 1933 से हम पी मार्क कच्ची घानी मस्टर्ड ऑयल का उत्पादन कर रहे हैं। इस मूल्यवान स्वदेशी प्रोडक्ट को बनाने में हमने खुद को समर्पित किया है पीढ़ियों से।
माँ भी हमेशा पी मार्क मस्टर्ड ऑयल में ही खाना बनाती थी।
कुछ तो बात है इस दिल में।
P Mark, the mustard specialist since 1933.
बरसों से सरसों।
लोग कहते हैं कि जिंदगी एक फिल्म की तरह होती है, लेकिन मेरी जिंदगी सिर्फ एक फिल्म नहीं, एक ब्लॉकबस्टर फिल्म है। बचपन से पता था मेरे सपनों में दम है, आगे नहीं सबसे आगे जाना है, स्टार नहीं सुपरस्टार बन के दिखाना है। नाम मिला, फेम मिला, प्यार मिला, I was not just running, I was flying। सबकी जुबां पे बस एक ही नाम, यो हनी सिंगर। लेकिन फिर ब्लॉकबस्टर कहानी में आया एक ट्विस्ट। 7वें आसमान से सीधा गिरा मैं जमीन पर। फिर क्या, खुद पे काम दोबारा शुरू। फैंस ने फिर प्यार दिखाया, फिर स्टार नहीं सुपरस्टार बनाया। है ना मेरी जिंदगी एक ब्लॉकबस्टर फिल्म। शुक्रिया आपकी प्रेयर्स का और आपके प्यार का। कॉन्सर्ट्स तो आपने बहुत देखे होंगे, बट दिस इज गोना बी कॉन्सर्ट ऑफ अ लाइफटाइम, क्योंकि मेरे फैंस ही हैं मेरी विक्ट्री, मेरी हिस्ट्री, मेरी ग्लोरी। सो कम एंड विटनेस यो हनी सिंह, दिस इज माय स्टोरी।
Pulling us into this country.
They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here.
इनको यहाँ से जाना ही होगा।
जय मां दुर्गा!
There is no bigger battle in 2026. And nobody has reported Bengal like I have. Buckle up for an unforgettable election thriller. Will the BJP breach Mamta's fortress?
टीएमसी जावे, बीजेपी आसमे।
Can Didi fight off her life's biggest challenge?
बीजेपी डबल इंजिन सरकार এই লড়াই বাঁচতে হবে।
Battleground Bengal with Manogya Loiwal.
Alright team, our new order show is ready. Now we need a promo. Something cool, something sharp.
Well, I'm sure we'll be having outstanding reviews, solid suggestions,
Expert advice, the latest trends. It's a lot simpler. We'll help people make the right auto decisions. It's got the cool stuff, geeky stuff, serious stuff, all of it, so that you can discover, decide and drive. I'm Siddharth Sharma and I am your Automate.
From 1983 to now, I have seen cricket evolve, but the mindset to win never changed. I tell you that what win matches and what doesn't. This T20 World Cup, let's talk cricket, controversies and more on NDTV.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig, until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
Straight from the heart of the newsroom to the core of the stories shaping your world.
Front lines of Kargil, the fury of Operation Sindhu,
so many attacks,
the chaos and cries of disaster zones, to fighter jet cockpits, and the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break, live, unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right and Centre.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France. In Italy. At Srinagar. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
I don't sugarcoat. I shoot.
Well, we're getting you some breaking news right now. Sources tell us that Speaker Om Birla has decided not to preside over proceedings till the no trust confidence comes to the House. As per sources, Speaker has taken a moral position. This has also been told that opposition MPs to remain suspended. This at a time when all the opposition MPs are alleging that the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, was not allowed to speak in the Lok Sabha, and because of which we will now pass a no confidence motion to the Speaker Om Birla. Well, my colleague Vasudha is now joining me. Vasudha, tell us more about this. Speaker Om Birla has clearly said that he will not be presiding over the proceedings till the no trust confidence comes to the House.
This is a moral position that the Speaker has taken, Mahisha, and it's very important to understand that this also escalates the no trust war that is going on. The opposition, at least 118 of them, have signed this document and they've moved. They have submitted this to the Lok Sabha Secretariat. Now, what we understand from sources that are close to the Speaker is that the Speaker is very intent on ensuring that his position is seen as the truth. He's not going to budge from his position, and more importantly, he's taken this moral position to not really come to the floor of the House to preside over proceedings of the House, because he wants the no confidence motion to first come to the House, and this is expected in the first week, maybe the first day of the second phase of the budget cycle, which is going to start from the 9th of March.
Right, Vasudha, thanks for... Right, Vasudha. Tell us more about how the speakers, the women MPs also gherowed the Prime Minister's position before he came for the speech. And we have those visuals running around on our screens. But despite all of this, the opposition, they stay adamant, saying that we will do whatever we want, we will do unruly behavior because Rahul Gandhi was not allowed to speak in Lok Sabha.
Well, when we spoke to sources who are close to the Speaker, they're very clear that there is no reason for the Speaker to worry, because there have been historical incidents in the past as well where there have been no trust motions against former speakers such as Mr. Malvankar and Hukum Singh. So, this is yet another instance of the opposition wanting to mark its protest. But yes, the visuals, like you rightly pointed out, have also given confidence not just to the Speaker but also to the government that they were very clear and they were valid, and there was sense of some gravitas in that position, that the Prime Minister was not allowed to speak in the floor of the House that day because of the disruptions that were caused by MPs of the opposition.
Right, and of course, this was for the first time in history also that because the Prime Minister was not allowed to speak in Lok Sabha, there was an recorded audio that the Prime Minister sent for his motion of thanks.
That's right. The Prime Minister did speak for over 90 minutes, and the opposition's primary concern is that the leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha was not allowed to speak, and there were constant disruptions in the Lok Sabha when he started speaking. And the Speaker's position and the BJP MP's argument is that Rahul Gandhi was not operating by the rules of the House, and he was trying to quote from excerpts from a book that has yet to be approved and published, and that really caused a disruption in the parliament, and that is something the opposition should have avoided. This is the government's position, but like we've been saying, this is a clash of narratives. But the speaker has basically taken a moral position, and while there's a no trust motion that has been submitted against him, he has taken this decision to not come to the House till this no trust motion comes to the surface.
Right, Vasudha, but we have to talk about how with this no trust motion also getting bigger, with all the mayhem in the parliament, there has been nothing concrete that has been discussed. Now, of course, we broke this news with you that Om Birla will be skipping parliament on his moral grounds.
But there will be other people who will take his job. There are other, there's a panel of, MPs who have been designated to do the job of deputy speakers. But the speaker, by deciding not to preside over proceedings of the House, is also wanting to send out this message that he stands by his word and by what he did, and that he believes that there's nothing wrong that he did. So this is largely, a message of optics and perception that he wants to send across, not just to the opposition, but also to the country that is watching.
Right. Also tell us what happens next, right now, Vasudha. We do know that somebody else will preside and that Om Birla will be skipping parliament till House decision, and the opposition MPs will also remain suspended. So considering all of this, how perhaps will the House proceedings move forward?
I think both sides are very insistent on backing this out. So the opposition, we've been reporting, has already, submitted this no trust motion against the speaker, and 118 MPs have already signed this. The TMC is not part of this, which also means that the opposition is not completely united on this. But yes, parties like the Samajwadi Party and DMK are on board with this. The discussion has begun on the budget. Rahul Gandhi is expected to speak tomorrow, is what we've been told. So that is going to be yet another highlight. He will speak on the budget, or will he insist on speaking on the former army chief's book? Is something that we'll have to wait and watch. But as of now, what we know is that the motion of no trust has been submitted. It is expected to be taken, taken up in the House in the next session of the Parliament, of the budget session, the second phase of the budget session, maybe the first day itself, which is 9th of March. And the Speaker, meanwhile, will not be taking part in proceedings. This is a decision that he has taken, as a moral position, because he wants to stay clear of all these controversies, and he wants to sort of ensure that the no trust motion gets cleared. After that, he'll start presiding over the proceedings of the House.
Right. Just to assert this again, Vasudha, like you also mentioned, this decision by the Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla has been taken on moral grounds, and although the rules do not require him to stay away at this point of time, he has still decided not to go to the House until the proposal to remove him is discussed.
2019 is when a similar thing happened, and MPs were found to be very combative and very...
Right, Vasudha, I'll have to interject there. Thanks for getting us the latest right now, Vasudha. We'll come back to you when we get more updates on the story. Let's shift our focus to another breaking news right now. The government has now set 3-hour deadline for social media platforms to take down AI-generated deepfake content flagged by the courts there. And for more on this, my colleague Aishwarya is now joining us. Aishwarya, tell us more about the government's pursuit of crackdown on deepfakes right now. A deadline of 3 hours given.
Well, that's right, and that's been a major demand for so long from the ministry, and now the central government makes rules to further amend the Information and Technology Intermediary Guidelines and Digital Media Ethics Code 2021, in which it has been stated that if there has been intimation as far as the AI-generated or deepfake videos are concerned to the social media companies, then they have to take down within 3 hours of timeline. This is to reduce the circulation of the deepfake videos, a major step to curb down the deepfakes as well as the AI-generated false videos.
Right, Aishwarya, but talk to us more about how deepfakes and all these fake images, the AI-generated images, have actually become a menace in India today, and how this decision perhaps is a right step in curtailing all of that.
Well, Ashrafi Vaishnav, the Union Minister for the IT, clearly suggested earlier as well that there would be new guidelines that will be launched, because in the past we have seen on the social media accounts there are deepfake videos which are circulated, which had increased tensions.
Right, Aishwarya, I'll have to stop you there. Thanks for getting us the latest on this. Well, India is poised to take a major step towards acquiring 114 Rafale fighter jets from France, as the Defence Acquisition Council (DAC) is likely to clear the proposal ahead of French President Emmanuel Macron's visit later this month. The Defence Ministry is likely to discuss a massive ₹3.25 lakh crore proposed to buy 114 Rafale fighter jets for the Indian Air Force. According to the officials, the DAC, chaired by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, is expected to meet in the coming days. All right, let's now shift our focus to another breaking news that we're getting to you at this point of time. This is regarding the Penguin publisher, the showdown on General Naravne's book. And well, it's a showdown because Rahul Gandhi has been showing us excerpts of that book of General Naravne, in which he has said, which shows the excerpts. But Penguin publisher has now come out and they've given out a statement which says that this is the status of the book. The book has not been published. Let me read out the statement again. Penguin Random House India would like to clarify that we hold the sole publishing rights for the book 4 Stars of Destiny, a memoir by General Manoj Naravne, former Chief of the Indian Army. We wish to make it clear that the book has not gone into publication. There has been no copies, nothing has been sold. That's what the Penguin publisher has said. The company further said that no copies of the book in print or digital form have been published. Well, my colleague Akhil is now joining me live. Tell us more about the fact that how Penguin has now come out and said that there's been no book that has been published at this point of time. No copies have been sold out. But we've been seeing Rahul Gandhi there on your screens showing that book and reading out the excerpts. From where did Rahul Gandhi get that book?
That's the whole point, because when Rahul Gandhi was trying to raise this issue inside Lok Sabha, that point of time also Defence Minister Rajnath Singh was very categorical in telling him that the book has not been published. The kind of book which he has been trying to quote has not been published so far. And this was the argument which was put by not only by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, but also by Home Minister Amit Shah and Parliamentary Affairs Minister Mr. Kiran Rijiju. And now the Penguin India, the so-called publisher of the book, has come out very clearly and saying that no book has been published. The memoirs which are in question have not been published either in the print form or in the digital form. And interestingly and very importantly, former Army Chief Mr. Naravne himself has quoted Penguin India's tweet and saying very clearly that this is the status of the book. So in a way, he's confirming that the book has not been published so far. So the big question remains that how come LOP, leader of the opposition in Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, was quoting from, which book he was quoting from. The kind of claims the Congress party has been making about former Army Chief Naravne's book are actually now in question.
Right, that's the million-dollar question there. Where did the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, get that book from? After Penguin has clarified that the book has not been published, nor any copies have been sold. But thanks for getting us the latest this point of time. And well, on that note, we slip into a very short break, but come right back. Lots lined up for you.
Made in India क्यों नहीं?
हमारे पास क्या है? Mustard oil. It is our flagship oil.
और हमें गर्व है कि 1933 से हम पी मार्क कच्ची घानी मस्टर्ड ऑयल का उत्पादन कर रहे हैं। इस मूल्यवान स्वदेशी प्रोडक्ट को बनाने में हमने खुद को समर्पित किया है पीढ़ियों से।
माँ भी हमेशा पी मार्क मस्टर्ड ऑयल में ही खाना बनाती थी।
कुछ तो बात है इस दिल में।
P-Mark, the mustard specialist since 1933.
सरसों से सरसों। NDTV 24/7, total domination in Davos. The world's biggest voices first. Iconic visionary Bill Gates. World Bank President Ajay Banga. IMF Chief Kristalina Georgieva. IBM CEO and President Arvind Krishna. India's AI Minister Ashwini Vaishnav. NDTV is India's voice in the world. First interview with Maharashtra Chief Minister. First interview with Andhra Chief Minister. First interview with Assam Chief Minister. India's first ground event in Davos. NDTV puts India on the global stage. Davos, domination, no debate.
Across the country, he has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones. Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. Aditya Raj Kaul, covering international affairs like no one else, only on NDTV network.
लोग कहते हैं कि जिंदगी एक फिल्म की तरह होती है, लेकिन मेरी जिंदगी सिर्फ एक फिल्म नहीं, एक ब्लॉकबस्टर फिल्म है। बचपन से पता था मेरे सपनों में दम है, आगे नहीं सबसे आगे जाना है, स्टार नहीं सुपरस्टार बन के दिखाना है। नाम मिला, फेम मिला, प्यार मिला, I was not just running, I was flying। सबकी जुबां पे बस एक ही नाम, यो हनी सिंगर। लेकिन फिर ब्लॉकबस्टर कहानी में आया एक ट्विस्ट, 7वें आसमान से सीधा गिरा मैं जमीन पर। फिर क्या, खुद पे काम दोबारा शुरू, फैंस ने फिर प्यार दिखाया, फिर स्टार नहीं सुपरस्टार बनाया। है ना मेरी जिंदगी एक ब्लॉकबस्टर फिल्म। शुक्रिया आपकी प्रेयर्स का और आपके प्यार का। कॉन्सर्ट्स तो आपने बहुत देखे होंगे, बट दिस इज गोना बी कॉन्सर्ट ऑफ अ लाइफटाइम, क्योंकि मेरे फैंस ही हैं मेरी विक्ट्री, मेरी हिस्ट्री, मेरी ग्लोरी। सो कम एंड विटनेस यो हनी सिंह, दिस इज माय स्टोरी।